Well, yeah, I talk to dead people. That's a part of what I do, an important part of what I do. But it's such a small part of what I do at the end of the day. Ultimately, what I do is guide people to healing their traumas so that they can be who they're here to be and be free in doing so. What I love about the talking to the dead people part is that it's a very simple and direct way to prove to anybody involved in it or even watching that there is more than this meat suit that we're currently in, that there's more to life than just this world, and that we undoubtedly survive death and live on past this world, and actually live before this world too. We're not just randomly created to struggle through life and hope for the best. We come from the spirit world and we go back there after we're done here. But when people can see that grandma or grandpa or mom or dad or whoever, even though they're dead, are coming through me and with information that there's no way in hell I could ever know, that proves to them again that number one, grandma, grandpa, or dad, or mom, they're okay. And not only are they okay, I love talking about this part because, and I've said this many times, dead people are the happiest people I've ever met. I've never met one pissed off dead person. And which is another good thing for people to know, that not only do we live past on or beyond this life, but it gets better beyond this life. But ultimately it comes down to healing. You know, people call me a medium, they call me a spiritual conduit, call me a coach, author, speaker, whatever it is that I do. And I really don't know how to really sum it up. I mean, I've settled on spiritual conduit because it's more all-encompassing for me, but really I don't think that explains a damn thing at the end of the day, especially in terms of what my goal is. And my goal is to guide people back to self-love. For the simple fact that if you have a world full of individually loving people, that collectively creates a loving world. And that's a world that we don't only deserve, it's a world we all came here to create.
But this is a metamorphosis for you. You started, as I've heard and I've read, at Earl's on Pembina. Something happened, and this was the beginning of what you know now.
Yeah, absolutely, and I never saw that coming. I mean, you're talking to a guy who was an only child of a police officer and a teacher. And so, the sweetest people ever, but in many ways, very conventional as well. And what I ended up doing is not conventional at all. Thankfully, they're always very accepting of it. They're the best parents ever. But my point being is that I didn't grow up like this. I never grew up like this. I was brought up as a Catholic. Thankfully, not too hardcore. I think the most we did was we went to church on like for midnight mass at Christmas, which I loved as a kid because we always got to open a present right after that. Other than that, though, I mean, pretty conventional upbringing. I was a pro wrestler, I was a concert promoter, and I've always had a pretty open mind. I just, never knew I'd end up doing what I do today.
So you're saying that in your younger formative years, you never had an inkling that you had this gift?
I experienced some paranormal stuff growing up, but nothing as far as anything I could say I had some heightened intuition or I could pick up on dead people. Damn sure I couldn't do that. So yeah, I mean, by all intents and purposes, there was no indication growing up that this is what my destiny was.